Hi. What happened there?
Hi.
That was weird. Puberty.
I think I need a little love, I think I need a little sleep, I think I need a little you. Big empty bed, I've been swimming in my head, been in a rut, but I know what to do.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another Fun Friday video, and this one will not be as long as they have been in the past, but more than anything we are here to answer a couple of your questions, the big one being, where have we been? And if you see me looking this way, it's because people keep walking by and I have really bad attention deficit. So, so basically we want to answer where we've been. The big one is, where's he been?
Yeah, that is a great question. Work's been kind of crazy. Those of you guys that kind of follow, Disneyland, I guess that'd be like Disneyland
press releases
and vloggers and stuff like that, folks that share a lot of stuff about Disney. That there's been a lot of changes the last few weeks at Disneyland, which is a lot of it is actually really great things happening. So really excited, but it's keeping a lot of us very busy.
Those of you asking, we are keeping up on our summer bucket list. We're about halfway through it. We have another item to cross off tomorrow night, and we will be going to, one of the things on the bucket list was going to a national park, so we will be going to Yosemite before summer is over. So that'll be fun. And so yeah, he has, when is home, he's usually on the phone. When he's not on the phone, we're working on the RV. So that was the other question, are you guys still working on your RV? If you follow us on Instagram, at Create and Capture Life on Instagram, then you know that we have been working on the RV. And I think the last video we put out, we had done the shelving in the back for the
storage area?
Yeah, for the Blackstone and the propane tank. I think that was the last video that we shared.
Yeah.
But the other thing that's stopped us from doing a video the last couple of weeks is me. And I'm on a new medicine that makes me just basically want to sleep all day. So it's tough because I'm drowsy all the time trying to get used to this medicine. And I got my the heart monitor taken off. There were some abnormalities there, so we're working on that. Nothing super critical or anything. But just some things to be concerned about maybe in the future. So dealing with that, and then being tired and working on the RV when we can, and just life, life gets in the way. We've had some pretty scary stuff happening in our family and friends. We had a friend who was in the hospital with COVID on a ventilator. She is doing better and is home now. We have another family member who just was in the hospital last week with COVID, not on a ventilator, but on forced oxygen, vaccinated people. But as I guess if you watch the news, vaccinations don't keep you from getting COVID. So, that was scary because especially last week, finding out that a very close family member wasn't doing well and ended up being in the hospital for a week with COVID and had been vaccinated and wearing masks and doing all the things and still ended up with COVID. That sucks. If you remember a few months ago, my friend Jackie, the other two people were not sharing their names for their privacy, but because they've asked us not to. But my friend Jackie is okay to share her name. She was the one who had a brain hemorrhage when she was in Hawaii. And had a major brain hemorrhage and stroke when she was in Hawaii on vacation. She is home now in doing outpatient rehab. She had basically a major stroke and the bleed was inoperable. So that was very scary. So, then we had our RV tagged, which you guys know about. Then Jonathan ended up getting a letter in the mail from the Criminal Investigations Unit of the Post Office.
Which was not a scam. Somebody was mailing some packages around the country with
they wouldn't tell us what we're in.
Yeah, with something suspicious that they needed to contact me, and I talked to them, and They asked me a bunch of questions about my mailing habits and stuff like that. They took some information, and they said, yeah, it's all cleared up. This is common. This is normal. If we need anything else from you, we'll send you a note.
Yep. So somebody was using his name and address, mine without our full address though. And so yeah, something, we don't know what, because they won't tell you what, but some package was mailed with his return address, and it was, the code basically makes it sound like it was probably illicit drugs or something. Based on the code that we read on the criminal investigations letter, but it was something that shouldn't have been mailed. So that happened. We are still in the middle of our IRS audit. We have sent them 2 very thick packages of photocopied receipts, totaling twice the amount that we actually deducted that year. So we're just waiting to hear back from them now to see what they say about that. But yeah, that's kind of where we've been. Thank you guys all for reaching out. The ones of you, those of you who have commented and on Instagram and on YouTube or texted us to make sure we're okay. We're okay. People around us have, we've just been doing a lot of praying for a lot of people and dealing with our own stuff, but we're fine. We're good. And what can you do, right? You just get up every day and you keep going.
Yeah.
So that's, kind of where we are. On the RV, back to that real quick. We also ordered new hubcaps because, what was it, like the first 7,000 miles we drove?
Yeah. I just kept hearing an annoying rattle coming from one of the tires, and I could never isolate where it was. And then a friend of ours, actually a friend of my aunt's, up in Northern California, we were there, we popped the hubcaps off and looked at them, and he said, oh, one of the metal clips was rattling around in the hubcap, and like 2 of the other ones were loose and about to fall off. So we were probably going to lose the hubcap pretty soon anyway. It looks like someone dinged it up pretty good. Probably one of the renters.
Somebody who had rented it.
Yeah, before us. So we got rid of that, and we got new replacements. We ordered those off of Amazon because that was the cheapest place I could find them. But still like $180.
But we needed them, so.
Yeah. It'll make the RV look a little cleaner.
And it won't make that noise anymore.
And it won't make the noise.
So we'll put those on this weekend. We also finished yesterday carpeting. You guys know, or if you don't, we have a Class C. So it has an over cab bed, and the underneath the bed part was, what is that made out of? Like,
I don't know. It's like a
shiny.
Yeah, it's almost like an acrylic.
Yeah,
acrylic or a polycarbonate or something like that.
Yeah, it was just, and it didn't look bad, but it just, we weren't sure if that was making noise. We did tear the entire thing open, the whole bed area open, because when we were traveling in the snow, Jonathan and I kept trying to figure out why we were feeling snow in the RV while we were driving, or if we were just sketching out. Like,
it was really weird.
Like on it.
Yeah, we were driving through, actually our last big trip before I got called back to work, we're driving through northern Nevada, and it was actively snowing, and somehow I kept getting snow, and obviously I have nothing blocking, and I kept getting snow on my head, and I kept looking at her going, I think I'm sketching out. I'm feeling the snow, but none of the windows are open.
And then I didn't feel it, so I was like, seriously, I think you're just flipped out. Like, I think you're just losing it or something. Maybe you're tired, like, I didn't know. But then all of a sudden, I felt a couple drops, and then I thought, okay, is one of the windows open?
Yeah.
We checked the doors, like at the next stop, we made sure the doors were closed.
Yeah. So long story short.
Too late, but.
Yeah, long story longer. There was a gap. There was a good solid gap in between where the chassis of the coach, or the chassis of the van ended, and the
roof of the van, not the chassis.
Yeah, the roof of the van and the roof where the bench, where the bunk is, connects to. So basically, where the motor connects to the home. The van connects to the house part. There was a gap there because it had come unscrewed, and so I went through. Yeah, it was a good solid gap. I'm sure while we were driving, if that's vibrating, the more can come through there. But we went ahead. I did a weather stripping in there. It only had like 1 inch bolt or 1 inch screws. Like they almost look like just wood screws holding that whole thing on. So I went through and actually drilled through, bolted it together, and made a good solid connection. Screwed it all the way back in with some good lag screws, and the bolts have nylox on them, so it won't come out with a vibration down the road. So
we shouldn't feel the snow or the rain ever again while we're driving.
Now, however, we just did this, I think, on Sunday. So tomorrow or today, when you're seeing this video, I'm going to be driving the motorhome to work. So we'll see if it's quieter driving down the road too, because there was always like a squeaking happening right above the driver's seat.
It's probably because there was that big
and I'm
hole
wondering
there.
if it was that gap. So
what I started to say, and then we got off on the hole, is that we also carpeted underneath where the mattress goes for the bed, because we keep it down all the time. If you guys are familiar with the Class C, there's basically 2 pillows, and you can put one on top of the other so that the U shape to get into the cab is open, or you can just, when it's like, when they're both down, you can still get into the cab. There's just not that open space where you can stand there. We leave it down all the time anyway, because a lot of times we throw like our backpacks up there or stuff when we're driving. So we've always left it down, and which we'll continue to do, but just to make it even more noise proof, we carpeted underneath where the bed goes. And then we upholstered, I don't know if it's called upholstering really, but we reupholstered the headliner. So we ripped out the whole headliner inside the cab, replaced all of that, and we replaced it with neoprene, a high quality neoprene, because it stretches, it's weather resistant, waterproof, and stain resistant, and it will deaden noise. So we did all of that in the last week, and so he's going to drive it to work tomorrow, and we'll see if it's a little bit quieter. But yeah, that's kind of where we've been. That's what we're doing. We are okay. Thank you again for asking. For those of you guys that are new, we noticed, I guess we should probably pay more attention. But this isn't why we got into this. We got into YouTube to share our stories and share experiences and stuff with anybody that was interested in listening, and our friends and family. And
originally, kind of with the goal of doing a 1 year to full-time RV living, which...
You guys know what happened there.
Yeah, you know what happened there.
And if you don't, go back and watch those videos. But we have 6,500 subscribers now.
I know.
And so that's a lot.
Yeah, someone actually recently pointed that out to us. They're like, they made some comment about our over 6,000 subscribers, almost, 6,500 subscribers. And I was like, what? And we went on and looked, and I went, oh, yeah.
So thank you to all of our new subscribers. Thank you to all of our longtime subscribers. We appreciate each and every one of you. We enjoy having you along with on our journey, and we love having you as part of our YouTube family. So don't be shy. Comment down below if you have questions. We always reply to comments. I think we're pretty much 100%. We reply to comments one way or the other. We do both go through and answer comments. If I answer a comment, it won't have a name. If Jonathan answers a comment, it's going to say Jonathan. That's how you'll kind of know who's answering your comment. And the sun's getting really bad, so I guess we're going to end this video. But thank you for being here. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. A thumbs up is always welcome and appreciated. And we would love to hear your comments. And we will share more on Monday about the motorhome.
And we do have a About Us. Since we do have 6,500 subscribers, we figured we should probably do an About Us coming up pretty soon here. So if you guys have anything you want to know about us, any questions you can answer, leave that in the comments below, and we'll try to knock out as many of those About Us questions that we can.
Oh, and then those of you who have asked, I am not considered furloughed anymore from Disney, but I haven't worked yet. So we'll get more into that on another date. But we're losing the light. It's gonna be hitting me right in the face here in a second. This looks really weird, so I could go like this and then...
It's a little ball of fire.
That's me, little ball of fire. So have a great weekend. Thanks for being here. Stay safe, stay healthy, use sunscreen.
Still don't have anything.
He's still looking for an
Yeah,
end.
right.
Nobody gave him one. So if you guys can think of an ending for him, let him know.
Jeremy, you gave me the last one. Call me.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.